great to be here, and thank you so much for the opportunity to share a few thoughts in today's occasion. From the time there was the Big Bang, where trillions of stars and stardust clouds spread out into the universe, shot into the universe, from there emerged a unique planet, a beautiful planet called Mother Earth. And from the cooling waters, the swirling gases, and from the settling dust, emerged myriads of life forms, millions of species, with breathtaking beauty and diversity that we are all surrounded with. And from this evolution, this innovation, came the human being, evolved a human being with incredible body flexibility, with an intelligent, innovative intelligence inherent in their minds, with emotional feelings, an empathetic awareness of the surroundings, and an ability to think. A thinking mind that has resulted in a tremendous amount of innovation and enterprise that all of us are experiencing and enjoying our days and years with. And so you see, one of the important things that we realize through evolution and innovation is the fact that we are born innovators, we are born entrepreneurs. But some of us think that we are not, and we think innovation and entrepreneurship is in the realm of genius. And that is what I would like to share a little bit with all of you, my perspectives, my observations, my reflections, and my feelings on this particular subject. My name is Ramanan, and I was born in a very humble household in Khar, near Danda, a fishing village, actually. Those of you who are very close to that place or you're familiar with. My parents came from small villages in south of India, a place called Trichy. They came with just armed with a certificate, a school certificate, but with a bag full of dreams. Dreams to make a better world than what they were experiencing at that time. They dared to dream about a better life, not only for themselves, but also for their children. So they came to India, they came to Mumbai, migrated like many families did at that time, self-taught themselves English, typing, stenography, got themselves into a regular 9-to-5 job, found that they could not really meet the ends meet, and then looked at the world around and looked at the opportunities around and discovered unmet opportunities in Mumbai. So they started a series of home-based ventures, manufacturing curry and spice powders and sambar and rasam powders that all of you now enjoy through the idli and dosas that you eat. And they also started manufacturing agarbattis because they saw the opportunity when they looked around that there were many kirana shops that were sprouting, many restaurants that were sprouting, and they had a need for agarbattis to light in the morning and the evenings, and they had a need for very delightful home authentic sambar powders to be served in the restaurants. And so, a regular job or an entrepreneur, they combine both in order to make our lives better. Then there are a couple of incidences that I want to share because every one of you has probably gone through the same. When I was graduating from school, my father asked me, what do you want to do? And I said, I didn't know what I really wanted to do. So there was one accomplished person in my family who was an accountant in Dubai. So I said, I want to learn commerce. So we went to this college, and there was this very big line. And then my father said, hey, what is that other line which is very small? And that small line was because it was for Ruya College. I went to Podar College. It was a big line, and there was a small line which had a larger cutoff, a higher cutoff. And so my dad asked, can we not switch to that small line? I think that is better for us for you to get admission. And so from science to commerce, I shifted from commerce to science, all because the line was shorter. Then came the opportunity I was very happy that I got into science, and then my mother, who was working in a firm, her boss asked her to run an errand and said that, can you get a form for my son, that's an IIT application form. And she asked, what is this IIT? And he said, oh, don't you know about that? It's one of the finest engineering colleges in our country. So she said, why not get another form for my son? And she got it. I was not really interested in going to IIT. But what happened was my dad said, Mummy has got this form, so why don't you fill that form? So I filled the form, and then I ended up into IIT. India or USA, when I was graduating from IIT, I saw my parents were working hard. And then I said, I have to do something about it. And all my fellow friends and students were going to US for higher studies. I opted to stay back in India. I got 2 jobs, one in TCS and another was in CMC. When I was young and in the 4th year of my college, I went to Air India building. It had an escalator. I went to another building, the World Trade Center, that had an escalator too. So to my simple mind, I thought, it would be great to work in a building with an escalator. And TCS offer came first, and it was located in Air India building. CMC offer came 3 months later, and as destiny would have it, and I would show it to you a little later, I joined CMC too. So the point in that is, irrespective of what circumstances you find yourself in, what surroundings you find yourself in, you get sometimes what you want, you get sometimes what you don't want, and sometimes you don't know whether you want something or not. But there is an incredible power of choice that you make. And those choices define your journey in life, what you can do, what you can accomplish, and what you can achieve. The world is full of stories of people who dare to dream. From a very humble town of Rameshwaram came this particular man who had, Rameshwaram is a small town in coastal Tamil Nadu that you're aware, and there was this person sitting on this fishing boat and dreaming of becoming a pilot. He didn't become a pilot, but he became one of the greatest scientists India has ever seen. He became the missile scientist of India. He also became the president of a country. In his book, Ignite, he writes, dare to dream and dream to dare. Dream big and you'll achieve great things. Dream small and you'll be limited by your own dreams. So what is more important in our life is at any point in time, no matter what the environment you find yourself in, no matter what circumstances you find yourself in, no matter what biological or environmental events are happening around you, you have the option. You have the choice, the incredible power of choice to dare to dream. And the story of the world is the story of dreamers. People, ordinary men doing extraordinary things. People like Steve Jobs or Abdul Kalam or Ramanujan or Indra Nui or Sundar Pichai, who was educated in one of the small institutions in India, and Satya Nadella. They're all people who have achieved great things, who have blossomed and fulfilled their creative potential by daring to dream and dreaming to dare. Now, it's okay if you are able to dare to dream and dream to dare, but the second important choice that you have to make, and all of us have to make, is are we able to realize and recognize our full potential? I was very fortunate to be participating in 3 entrepreneurial journeys in my life. One was with TCS, the second one was CMC, and the third was with the Atal Innovation Mission. In each of these, what got reinforced to me was the need for every one of us in this room and beyond to be able to recognize our true potential and to be able to realize that potential. TCS started off in 1968. When I joined TCS in 81, it was just a 500-person fledgling organization. But now, today, it is a India has created a $250 billion organization, and TCS is a $30 billion organization with over 600,000 employees. How did they achieve that? They achieved it because every individual embraced that global dream, a dream of a global top 10 organization by 2010. All of us individually embraced it, but we also realize our potential to be able to play a part in that. So every one of you has tremendous potential, but the potential is to be recognized with extraordinary self-belief. If you don't have belief in yourself, you will not be able to achieve that. And what is very important for you is to be able to realize that. As Swami Vivekananda said, if you have belief in 1,000 gods and goddesses but do not have belief in yourself, you are doomed. So we should have extraordinary belief in ourselves to be able to recognize that potential. My stint at CMC also showed to me the power of innovating for masses. I don't know how many of you are familiar with CMC, but CMC was the first IT organization set up by the government of India. They believed in leveraging technology for providing socio-economic impact. The first railway reservation system in the country was built by CMC. The first stock exchange to be automated, the Bombay Stock Exchange. The first depository. The first ports and cargo management and shipping management across the country. The first biometric solutions for criminal tracing and fingerprinting and criminal tracing system. All of these developed by CMC. But what I learned in that process is that you can not only recognize the potential, but you are also able to ensure that you are able to make an impact for the masses. All of this came together in my stint at the Atal Innovation Mission. The Atal Innovation Mission was formed in 2017. But what is very important to realize for all of us here is innovation has got democratized. The democratization of innovation has enabled every one of us to become an innovator, an entrepreneur, a job creator of the future. We are a country with 1.4 billion people. We have 150 million students entering into the workplace over the next 5 to 10 years. Now, that's an enormous amount of youthful energy coursing through this nation. How do we convert this into a nation of job creators for the benefit of each individual and for the benefit of society? And that is where the Atal Innovation Mission was born, to create a vibrant ecosystem of innovation and entrepreneurship across the length and breadth of the country, where every one of you can aspire to be an entrepreneur, to be a creator. Now, if you want to, so the Atal Innovation Mission launched, one, how do you create this culture of innovation in young students from the schools? And then how do you also enable innovation and entrepreneurship and startups to grow from the universities and in the industry? Today, in just a period of 6-7 years, because of advancement of technology and affordable technology and accessible technology, we are now able to create an impact to every student and empower every student in every part of our country to create an impact for the future, to become a job creator of the future. So we have Atal incubators in universities, over 700 incubators, over 10,000 tinkering labs in schools, which are promoting a culture of innovation. We have community centers which are ensuring that local communities and community-centric innovation can happen, and we are having mentors, more than 10,000 mentors who are associated with these activities so that they can inspire you and teach you in problem solving and innovative thinking. Now, you may want to be to realize your dream, you want to become an innovator. But without ability, combined with agility, you will not be able to achieve that. Ability comes by acquisition, continuous acquisition of new skills, being able to absorb newer and newer technologies and becoming adept at what is available in the market and what is needed in the market. Agility comes with the empowerment that is enabled through these incubators, through these tinkering labs, and through the various tools and technologies that you have access to. And so you find that when you have ability and agility, and you are able to combine it with an action plan, without an action plan, you will not be able to realize your dream. Now, these are the choices that you make. Do I ensure that I get greater ability? Do I ensure that I have greater agility in whatever I do? And do I have an action plan to back it up and actually achieve my goals, my ambitions, my dreams? We are in a world of startups. Those of you who are familiar with what is happening, we are one of the fastest growing startup ecosystems in the world. But in this startup ecosystem, we are ensuring that everyone has an opportunity to grow and become an innovator. Now, if you look at what is happening in the world of startups, there is often a feeling that you can fail in the startup world. But remember, the word fail in a startup world is just first attempt in learning. So you cannot fail. Failure is just a stepping stone to success. And you can pivot if you maneuver and you mobilize your strengths, your energies towards things that you're very good at. A great example is during COVID-19. A bunch of entrepreneurs created a solution by pivoting their GPS-based solution that they were working on in a startup. They pivoted it to create the Covin app and the Aragya Setu app. Now that, just 4 or 5 entrepreneurs created an impact for billions of people. We were the first nation to have a system like this that would enable us to know where a COVID attack was happening and also to be able to distribute vaccines to 1 billion people. That is the power of entrepreneurship and innovation. And it can be done by you, in your school, in your home, in your garage, or in the Kirana store. That is the beauty of the democratization of innovation that we are all living in. So what does it lead us to? It leads us to the fact that we can make societal impact through our entrepreneurship, through our innovation for the masses. We are a country of 650,000 villages, 715 districts, 8,000 small towns and cities, and all of us try to migrate to 8 cities for our living and improving the quality of life. That is no longer necessary. With the democratization of innovation, you are able to create jobs wherever you are, and you are able to ensure that with digital public infrastructure, for example, we can create solutions for the masses. We have a number of opportunities to address all the challenges that we have. We are a country of 1 billion people with 1 million challenges. But 1 million challenges, my dear friends, are 1 million opportunities for you to be able to create your own entrepreneurial organization, create your own startup, and create an impact. We have problems like affordable housing, clean drinking water, sanitation, waste management, maternal mortality, infant mortality. We have 715 districts, out of which 115 are aspirational districts, which are at the bottom of the pyramid in terms of basic access and to healthcare and education and all of these things. But these, my dear friends, are opportunities that every one of you can have your own entrepreneur thinking, leveraging things like UPI, payment stack, ONDC, and so on. And you should get familiar with all the schemes and all the innovation initiatives that the government has put forward for you to be able to leverage and for private sector to help in. So the question is, what are we afraid of? You know, in everyone's lives, in your life as well as mine, we always think, can we be a change maker? Can we really affect change? We are surrounded by so many limitations. We don't know where we are born. We don't know the environment in which we are going to grow. But can we make a difference? And the answer to that is yes. The answer to that is, don't allow fear to manipulate you, but make a choice. Make a choice for what? Make a choice that you will dare to dream and you will dream to dare. Make a choice that you will recognize your potential, the potential of not only yourselves, but everyone around you. Make a choice that you will embrace entrepreneurial mindset and an innovative mindset and create your own startup. Make a choice that you will combine your ability, you will grow your ability, but you'll also grow your agility, and you'll have an action plan to make the achievements that you desire. Make a choice to maneuver and mobilize your strengths at every point in time. Whenever you're finding a challenge, you have to be able to maneuver, and you have to mobilize your energies, leveraging your core competency, leveraging your strengths, leveraging whatever is there, and make a choice of making a societal impact through innovation, through your entrepreneurship for the masses. My dear friends, every one of you have a choice to arise, as Swami Vivekananda said, to the opportunities and challenges in front of you. Awaken that talent, that latent talent that everyone has, but you've been afraid to exercise. And stop not till your goals are reached. I just want to end with this little poem that I learned when I was very young. Little drops of water, little grains of sand, make the mighty ocean and the pleasant land. And the little contributions of yours, humble though they be, make the mighty impacts to our future destiny. I hope every one of you is very, very successful in your life. Thank you.